I'm going to speak about the combination with Alfresco and Drupal. We had a project in our municipality building a new intranet and also try to work or improve document management. First, some word about Alingsås. If you go now to Alingsås, if you come with us to Heathrow and go to Alingsås, you have the possibility to see our light festival. Every year in October we have a light festival, and a lot of places around the city is lighted. We also have another speciality. We have most cafes in Sweden. This is a town with most cafes. We are 40,000, about 40,000 inhabitants, and we have about 25 or 30 cafes. So this is a speciality, and we have this Fikafesten, and you know it's some words are from Sweden like fika and ombudsman. So this is sort of our soul in Alingsås. We like to drink coffee and eat biscuits and so on. The strategy for the municipality is clear. Many years ago, about maybe 8-10 years ago, we decided to work with open source. That open source should be one part of our strategy. And now, in the last 2 years, we also get a new strategy or new complements to the strategy that we should be one of the leading municipalities in Sweden in e-government and making good for the citizens. And also, it's not a question about working with technology or traditional IT. It's also to work with elderly care and schools and teachers, how they should be digital and how the municipality should be digital to its citizens. Municipalities of Sweden, they have a lot of responsibilities. We have 290 municipalities, and as you see, Alingsås is on the front side of Sweden, and Stockholm is on the back side. We deal with a lot of things, and it's like in Britain, but maybe it's a difference that Swedish municipalities are very independent. The state or the government can't really decide what sort of policy we should have in the municipality. So maybe it's good, maybe it's sometimes not so good, because we need to invent or reinvent things in every municipality. And of course, it's a problem with if you're a municipality with like 5,000 or 10,000 citizens. We are 40,000, and it's quite okay, but it's a problem because the speed of development is increasing. The goal for our project was to implement a well-functioning digital workplace. People nowadays speak about social intranet and such things, and that's not our focus. The focus is to get a good digital work tool. And what should we do to achieve that goal? We need to be flexible and structured. We need to establish easy publication for the end users. We need to get the right information to the right people. We need to get a simple and secure login. It's a platform for not just employees. It's for employees and for students, pupils. And we need to get the right information to the right audience at the right time. And how? We have some tools to achieve the goal. That's organization and role management. We needed to work with structured document storage. We wanted to use responsive web design. We want to work Agile. we want to work with usability, and there's like in Sweden, sort of de facto standard for that, like this organization Funka.se, and we want to work with open standard and open source. And the software we involved in this project was Alfresco, Drupal, and Shibboleth. And I come back to that later. This is the roadmap for us. If you go back to year 2000, as you see, there's a lot of IBM Lotus software. We built an intranet with Lotus, and we used DominoDoc. We started up DominoDoc in year 2000. We had our intranet 2.0 in 2006, and then we started to develop the external web. We didn't really have much than Apache and no really CMS. So there was a choice in 2007 to use Drupal for the external web. And 2008 we got the new diary system with a Swedish software company. The product is called Platina. And I come back to later, but there was an option for us to use Platina or to use Alfresco. 2013 we landed in the decision to use Alfresco, the combination of Alfresco, Drupal, and Shibboleth, and this is what I call Intranet 3.0. And we launched the intranet in about a year ago, and we're going to, and I also will describe it later, we're going to expand the intranet to students and in the school environment. This is an essential question: where can I find my information? As you see, there are people with in different workplaces, and they need information from their role, and they need quick information and the right information. And that's a problem, because we used to organize our information mostly for the people working with desktops in the administration. And the new thing about digitalization in municipalities is that everybody is a user. There are no, when I started to work like in 1995 in Alingsås, we had about 300 users who was working in administration, and now we have more than 3,500 users. So it's new demands. People need to find information to establish or to on a daily basis. And here's a picture of with cheese. Cheese are nice, and yesterday evening we got wonderful cheeses. And of course, we don't want to go to backstage and fetching the cheeses. The only company who accomplish that behavior from us is IKEA. But otherwise, you know, you need to have a good presentation. It's important that people have a good experience. So we need to work with structure, and we need to work with presentation. This is our document structure from Department for Elder Care, and as you see, it's traditional hierarchical structure with governing documents, supporting documents, departmental protocols, departmental documents, and political protocols. And this is a sort of the old school document management, and it's a heritage from DominoDoc, the time we used DominoDoc. So really took those structure we had in Domino and put into Alfresco. But it's like you need to walk before you can run. So it's part of our development. But I think that document structure or document management is more than just hierarchical structure. Another thing we did when we migrated from Domino was to archive building permits, and they are from another system. Is really from the file system. So nowadays we have all the building permits archived in Alfresco, and I think we will see more of that, using Alfresco as an archive for maybe short term. In the short term, maybe not as an end archive, but for a while, for maybe 10 years or 5 years or something like that. We classified documents in Alfresco. We have classified documents. We have documents for collaboration, and we have documents that are public. So that's a sort of demand from our users, that they can put classified documents into Alfresco, because even if we in Sweden have something in Swedish called offentlighetsprincipen, that everything is not, if it's not secret, it's public. So we need, for instance, in elderly care and in social care and so on, need to have classified documents. Improving productivity. We think this solution will improve productivity, because earlier in the old intranet, it was like people are attaching files. When they put out news, they were attaching files, and maybe like from the human resources department, and then they change the document, and somebody has just copied it through the file system and put another news, like in the department for elderly care. They was showing the same document, but the original document was then changed, and then you got problem because you don't have the same information. You have different versions. So the good thing to store attachments in Alfresco, that we have the same version on every place in the intranet. And there will be less time spent on sending mail, because I will show it a little bit later. It's very easy to address the right people through this solution. Here's some point though. Open collaboration platform, modern and secure. New document management system, platform for all employees, structured document storage, transparency, and 2 projects. As I said when I started, the project with Intranet and a project with document management. And we don't like that document management is something for experts. Document management should be something for everybody. Maybe I show you now this demo.
How you link to documents in Alfresco.
This is about publishing news in the internet.
First click Create News, and then you write your title and preamble.
It's a little bit light. Maybe it's not, you can see it so well, but on the other screen it's a good picture.
Pictures are always nice in news. a link to both the Alfresco Summit website and to a document in our Alfresco. And I want this to open in a new window. And when I click Get Document, I see all the sites that we have in Alingsås. So I just choose the right one. Now I'm going to choose to whom I will address this news item. I can both choose organizational-based groups and role-based groups. In this case, I will choose administrators and management staff in the IT department. So this is how you do. Here is the IT department, and the role-based groups are here, administrators and management staff. And then I click Save. So, here is the news item, and you can see here it's only administrators and management staff in the IT department that can read this. Here are the links. First to the Alfresco Summit website. And then to our document in Alfresco.
Yeah. As you see, you can use this as a quite efficient tool. I spoke about decreasing the uses of mail. Through this integration with LDAP catalog, we can pinpoint on not just organization, we can also pinpoint on rules, and everything is connected back to the human resource system. So there are people in the human resource who is making the change, and then we put them into the catalog. We also have an integration with documents, so you can see your favorite documents, and you can see your favorite document rooms direct from the intranet. And we will work more with these functions, but we already today have some functions for that. As I said, we use LDAP. We use API, REST integration. We work with organizational structures, both in Drupal and in Alfresco. And all information in Alfresco is access controlled. I don't know if this is really the best word in English, but accessibility. In Sweden, we speak about functions. So it's earlier we worked like in our hierarchical structure. There was elderly department, there was social department, there was cultural department, and if you work in each department, you need to search for information, like in hierarchy. Nowadays, we do it in another way. This is the start page. So So we have some functions here, like crisis news, always there. So, you know, there's always a fight to be on top. So there are some people who are making news and then 2 hours later they make a new news just to be on top. So the crisis news is always there. This is my news. And there are sort of news based on organization and based on role, as the demo show. And this is the joint news for everybody. Here you can see, go to the collaboration surfaces. You can do course booking. You can see which jobs are free. You can buy and sell, or sell and buy. Very popular. People are selling things, old cars and old bicycles and so on. Here you have the function orientated. We'll show it in the next slides. Here's the search function. Just a little interrupt. Responsive web. This is some pages from the responsive web. So it's the same thing, of course, but on an iPad or on a smartphone. So this is the first employment. It's information about everything about your employment. The second is the work environment. And the third is how we work. And this is have been a big fight about. You know, everybody has opinions about what should be in the intranet and how it should be organized. So it's a new way of thinking. But we have worked with this for 1 year. We are quite comfortable in it. But it's a new way of thinking to find the information. It's a new way of organizing and publishing things. And this is a traditional, of course, organization. And you have all the silos, so to speak, in the organization. And service and support is quite popular. And here, for instance, we have the IT department's service and support functions. And you have other things like ordering or booking and so on. And all this is based on open standard. So that's the 4 main components for us. It's Drupal and Alfresco. And we managed to give single sign-on through Shibboleth. And we work with Portwise as well. So people can reach the internet from their home, from the internet, when they're mobile. And we use integration through LDAP with the meta catalog and the directory. And I don't know where to start, but as you see down here, we work with 2 Office software. We work with Libre. About 80% of the employees have LibreOffice, and it's roughly this, and 20% Microsoft Office. And through CMIS, we can upload and download documents, and I think it's just now in 4.2 of LibreOffice. This is working quite well. And this is standard for single sign-on or federation, SAML 2. We have some plans, so you see it on the next slide, I think, or for work with Google, and this is for the school, for the pupils, for the students. And we have some integration with, for instance, system for telecommunication, awareness where you are if your phone is if you're not online, so to speak. And there you have the systems. You have the system for the human resources, for the employees, and here you have all the students also integrated through LDAP. Experience. Several projects interact. Document project, Intranet project, different culture booths. You know, the best result you get of a project is when people not agree in the project group. So you have three categories. You have people from office administration, you have people from elderly care, and you have people from education, teachers, and so on. And people from office administration, the important thing for them is everything is 100% correct. If it's take 2 years or 5 years, it doesn't matter. So, and the people from the education, they always ask the question: we want to everything should be solved yesterday, and they want to change their opinion all the time. Like in 3-month period, they have another opinion. They want to solve things another way. So they're very difficult because they don't stand on one place. You know, they are moving around all the time. And in the middle, you have my favorite, the people from elderly care, because they are they know what to do. They have their business is really online. Things need to be right because it's a question about life, and they are sort of they want to get things done in real. So I think just that perspective was very good for the project. It was good that there were different opinions, and the people, we spoke about it earlier, I and Molly, and she said that they are very. We should care about them, the people who is from elderly care and social, their perspective, because they are very useful for us. We work with Agile development. It's good, but it's good because you get what you really want, and if you don't know what you want, you need this process. So, but the problem maybe is that it's hard to know what it will cost. If you have a budget, it could be a little bit tricky to really know how much money we should put in this project. Open code and open standards, of course. And the future for us, we will work with further integration between Alfresco and Drupal, and we start working this autumn with it. We will work with more metadata because we want to use all the power in Alfresco. We are going to implement enterprise search. There was a decision we made in the project to not use enterprise search because we wanted to get things out to users, and it was a bit maybe about money and the budget and so on. We're going to implement integration platform Mule. We have Mule, but we're going to use it more general as a general solution. We're going to next year to work with integration for Google Apps for Education, and we also we'll see how this will work out. But we have searched for money from founding from a government institution. It's called Vinnova, and that's the extension of the Intranet to engage students and also engage parents in the first place. We speak about that, and later on maybe other categories of citizens. So we see this as a platform who can expand. And I think now it's time for questions, if you have anyone. Yeah?
What was it that made Alfresco end up on your shortlist as the ECM platform?
We had two choices. As I said, Platina and Alfresco. And Alfresco was there in the first place because it's fitted into our open source strategy and open standard strategy, and for instance, if we go with another like SharePoint, it's a bigger question for us, because you can't buy one thing from Microsoft. You buy the whole package, or you buy nothing. You need to change your strategy, I think. And also, we knew that SharePoint is a lot of work with, because we spoke to others, and we need a lot of consultants, and we need a lot of work to make it working well. Platina is very difficult. It's a system for administration or people working with desktops. It's very hard to use. It's a mess. Like the interface is a really mess. And you need to it's a little bit old school technical as well, because you need clients, you need to install client software, and it won't work. For instance, we have 1,000 teachers with laptops, and so that's what not a good solution. So there were those two choices we made, or the choice between those. Yeah.
Maybe I should ask this question afterwards, but I'm really curious as to know how much internal time and external time, basically, what is the cost model of this solution?
Yeah.
And if I'm interested, obviously, it's because I think what you did is really beautiful. I think it's really very nice. I think it looks very interesting. We, on our part, haven't really gotten into developing on our Intra. We actually killed our own Intra. And threw the stuff in there for a start, but we haven't gotten around to actually build it yet. And I think what you did is very communicative, and I particularly like the proximity between the Intra and the content. So congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Well, a few words about that. We had a project manager, from another company. But that's about the new IT department, because we didn't have resources. Nowadays, for instance, 1 week ago, we got our own project manager. We haven't counted the hours, because it's a lot. Because we involve a lot of end users and the different departments. But of course, it's thousands of hours. But we think like this, that if we do this, and this is, you can take our source code and you can take the concept. There will be more people out there using this platform, and that will we benefit from. So, because if you see the problem with the old intranet, it was built like in stone, It looked 5 years later, after we started with it, it looks the same, and we didn't have the knowledge or the right consultant or the right software to keep it alive. So, and I think it's this we notice now, 12 months from start, that we are changing the intranet. Maybe we don't have 2 big changes per year, but we have a lot of changes and improvement after 1 year, really. So, yeah.
One more.
Alla pratar svenska? Ja, det är bra. Exakt. Exakt.
Ja, vi är glada, de andra förstår dem, men de är inte.
Ja, det är det. Exakt.
Ja. Frågan är här, ni har ju Drupal ovanpå Alfresco som intranetet, som jag förstår. Varför, så att säga, vad tillför utöver? Är det ytterligare integrationer till andra system utöver Alfresco? Annars kan man nästan göra vad ni har gjort med bara Alfresco.
Ja, det är möjligt, men jag tänker lite så här, det är den här osten, va? Att liksom man går in på ostlagret då, Och att alltså, jag tror det är otroligt viktigt då i verksamheten att man har den där upplevelsen. Det är lite godis, lite ögongodis då. Och som sagt man kan säga så här. Diskussionen var ju från början då, kan man använda Drupal för att lägga dokument i. Så. Och det kanske inte vi trodde på då. Och vi hade ju dåliga erfarenheter av Dominodoc med dokumenthantering. Så. Och det är möjligt, alltså man säger så här, man kan ju få ut mycket mer av Alfresco än vi har plockat ut i dagsläget. Så. Men jag tror lite på sikt, alltså det är 2 olika produkter som lite så, alltså de kan komplettera, det kan bli 1 + 1 kan bli 3 här va. Lite så, det känner vi väl med Drupal, alltså vi har ju en del, vi byggde den här bokningsmodulen då i Drupal, eller Redpill byggde den rättare sagt då. Så det finns ju, i och med att det finns så många moduler där, så kan vi ploppa in, mycket färdigt, ploppa in saker då va. Så jag tror de har lite liksom, olika utvecklingskurvor och lite, sen försöker ju vi få nu verksamheten att använda Alfresco, att använda de här alltså, kollaborationsytorna och så. Det är lite kulturändringar också som det kräver hos oss. Det är ju till exempel den här grupperingen jag säger om administration arkiv som liksom ibland så är det så att du får fylla i liksom en blankett 3 kopior och så vänta 3 månader innan du får din samarbetsyta va. Nu har vi tagit över ansvaret för Alfresco då från vad ska jag säga, kansliet då va. Så att jag tror det finns mer potential att plocka ut av Alfresco än vi har gjort. Absolut så. Samtidigt så tror jag det måste vara det här, alltså det som finns i Drupal och den utvecklingen. Sen finns ett annat argument för Drupal, det är ju att folk har lärt sig använda Drupal när de har jobbat på Alingsås SE, alltså den externa webben. Så att det är väl lite så vi resonerat. Ja, kanske blir mer frågor nu när vi gick upp till svenska. Eller ska vi är ju färdiga i princip enligt tidtabellen. Nej, vi har den i pipeline. Så att vi vill ju just göra en sån utvärdering då. Och vi har sett något gott exempel, Uppsala så har vi ju en förlaga från då. Så vi vet ungefär vad andra har frågat och vi kommer att fråga ungefär samma saker då. Va? Det tror jag är jätteviktigt. Ja, det ska inte jag svara på. Vad säger Malin och Malin? Ja, det får vi hoppas. Och vi får ju hoppas att de också ställer liksom, lite nya krav på oss då. För att det är klart att vi hade ju den diskussionen innan vi gick in då och valde, då ska jag bara säga nu svenska då, att vi gjorde ett avrop på Kammarkollegiets ramavtal då för öppen programvara. Men då hade vi ju flera lite upplägg och vi har ju andra Drupal-konsulter inne då. Och då var det liksom så här, ja men nu måste vi, alltså då var det som ett upplägg att ja men vi ska först skicka ut och sådana här folk ut på förskolan, alltså konsulter som intervjuar förskolepersonalen, hur vill de och vad letar de för information och så där va. Och jag såg bara framför mig liksom, hej här spränger vi budgeten direkt då va, det går liksom 500 000 på några springer runt och frågar vad folk vill ha va. Så vi tyckte ju då från början att vi visste det va. Sen ska jag vara ödmjuk va, för att ibland så är det ju så att får man liksom fundera på, ja det gör vi till en viss gräns tror jag. Nu måste vi gå ut och fråga dem där på förskolan och i äldreomsorgen, vad är det för information de vill ha, vad saknar de så att säga.
Har ni kört någon beta-version så folk har fått testa innan?
Ja, det kan man säga. Det var ju, säg någonting om det Malin, om den utvecklingen.
Vi hade en referensgrupp där vi plockade ut folk verkligen i jättebrett spektra med sällananvändare och riktiga kontorsrotter och allting så. Så att, och då så gav vi dem uppgifter. Hitta detta, hur gör du för att hitta det eller hur gör du när du ska söka efter någonting så. Och då gick vi ju runt och kollade hur de jobbade och det var väldigt intressant och lärorikt. En del använder ju söken till allt.
Var det med det här gamla systemet eller med det här nya?
Nej, det var med detta.
Ja.
Ja.
okej.
Så att en del vill ju liksom leta sig fram till information och andra sätt.
Många gånger styrs ju det här sättet hur man jobbar av det man har van med från tidigare.
Ja.
Så att,
Ja, det gör det.
så det kan ta en stund innan man kanske måste bli van med det här nya systemet.
Ja, men det tror jag nog lite så. Va? Och att, jag menar, men så här, hälsan tiger still, va? Så det är klart att vi hade varit väldigt liv om man inte varit nöjd. Så är det nog lite funkar. Va? Sen ligger den utmaningen här nu att få med, alltså lärarna är ju med här. Va? För det är ju en klassiska saken. Lärarna säger att ja, men vi ska inte vara med i administrationen. Och nu när vi plockar in eleverna, alltså det är på ett ganska basalt sätt, men vi får in eleverna där så skapar vi förutsättningar för att hålla ihop helheten. Va? Nu ser det ut som att de är liksom, vi kör ut oss. Ja. Okej.